Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my top 10 best preliminary interviews for Miss Universe Philippines 2021. So last night actually, the preliminary interviews of Miss Universe Philippines 2021 was streamed and we all watched how they performed, how they answered the questions, and I'm so happy because many of them actually did very well. But based on those 28 ladies that competed, I personally selected my top 10 favorites on whom I think delivered solid performances. So here are my top 10, let's not take it any longer. My number 10 is Bukidnon. Megan Julia Digal. I mean, her calmness during the interview as she gave responses was definitely unbeatable. I love how she remained calm and poised, yet she was able to dominate and nail all the questions. She's definitely someone who will skyrocket on my list of favorites after this performance, hoping that she will also deliver in other preliminary rounds of the competition. My number 9 is Misamis Oriental, Chela Grace Falconer. She's such a pleasant surprise. She gave such a beautiful response to each question. She's very confident. I mean, this girl is amazing. She's got an amazing personality. And let me just say that I love hand gestures when speaking because that gives more impact with your responses. But for her case, it is quite a bit distracting because it's a bit too much. So I really hope that she'll be able to control that and only use it when necessary. But nevertheless, she's amazing. My number 8 is Masbate. Kirsten Daniel Delavin. What I love about her performance is that I feel like we are seeing her authentic self without being too dramatic, without trying so hard, just her real self. And there is nothing more beautiful than that. I love her responses, but she really needs to minimize or eliminate saying I think, because for example, in her first response, she mentioned I think 3 times. And she always starts her response with I think. I'm not sure about that. I find it a bit less convincing, but overall, that was such a lovely performance and strong responses. Just minimize on those I think, and she'll be good to go. My number 7 is Cebu Province, Steffi Aberasturi. I love how she commanded total attention right away from the time she entered and from the time she stood in front of the judges. She's very confident when it comes to her aura and even when responding to the questions. I also love how she knows how to emphasize and give emphasis to important words when she speaks. Most importantly, she is giving her personal experiences in her answers, which is commendable, but with the exception of her answer in the 4th question, because I find that answer on the fourth question only, I find it a bit pageant, patty, and generic. So that's something she should avoid. But overall, well done, Steffi. My number 6 is Cavite. Victoria Velasquez Vincent. Well, it's undeniable that she is a fluent English speaker. Her responses are short and direct to the point. Personally, I love her answers very much. She is undoubtedly one of the great speakers in the competition and she showed it again in this round. But let me just say that there is also a risk in giving short and direct answers. Personally, I'm okay with it. I loved it. But there is a tendency that others might find it too short. So I really hope that she will work on that as well. Number 5 is Pangasinan. Maureen Roblowitz. She gave a brilliant performance in interviews. Aside from her speaking from the heart, I also love watching her as she speaks because she speaks through her eyes as well, which really gives a powerful impression to me. She's extremely too sweet and super likable as well, and her answers were just amazing. So I'm so happy and I'm so proud of her. My number 4 is Siargao. Michelle Angela Oppo. This is a huge surprise to me. I love her speaking voice, but most importantly, she outperformed majority of the contenders during the preliminary interview. She's so eloquent and she's very smart, and she remained calm and poised the entire time. There are questions that are quite vague, but I love how she gave answers that clarifies her point, and that is super intelligent of her. If she delivers a strong preliminaries in swimsuit and evening gown, I would surely love to see her get a placement because her performance in the interview is top notch. My number 3, I'll buy Janella Quaton. She is such a sweet speaker. I mean, her responses were all good. She expressed her responses extremely well, and all I can feel is her being genuine every time she responds. One thing that I truly commend about her is her flawless delivery. She certainly deserves a huge round of applause after that performance. And imagine, she was the first one to come out and answer all those questions, and she already set the bar so high. So congratulations to Alvin, Janella Quaton. That was just unbelievably good. My number 2 is San Juan, Roseanne Marie Bernos. She has proven herself as an excellent public speaker in those rounds of the competition. Her personality truly shines. Her eloquence stood out, and she showed that she understood the questions. And I love how confident she was in delivering her responses. I mean, I don't sense any hint of nervousness at all. I mean, that's how confident she was, which is good, which was really, really good. She was so good at that, and I was just applauding while watching and listening to her perform. And with that performance, I can honestly say that she is 100% sure qualifier in the top 16. But to me, the best performance in the interview preliminaries goes to Taguig, Katrina Di Maranan. One advantage of Katrina is her voice. She's got a voice that really fits perfectly with her ability to speak so well. I mean, we have heard these amazing, impactful voices in different competitions before, like Lara Data, Sushmita Sen, who's got this powerful, impactful voice. And that's what I sense in Katrina Di Maranan as well as I listen to her answer those questions. And the best thing about her performance is that she speaks so naturally. It feels like it was just a natural conversation. Her responses were perfect, especially about the questions on making mistakes. I love how she clarified and give certain what do you call this? I love how she clarified her responses in that round. And if that answer was her final answer, that would be her winning answer, because that was just so good. Although, let me just clarify that all her responses were all excellent, but that one truly stood out to me. If there's one word to describe her performance, perfection. That would be the best word. So that's it. These are my top 10 best performers during the preliminary interviews of Miss Universe Philippines 2021. And I'm so excited to know your thoughts as well. So, don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.